Say, my name is Allissa. Good girl.
Hi.
Hi. So, I've been doing this vlog for a wee while now and recently started doing these vlogs. And yeah, I'm still really finding my feet, especially with the vlogging. I'm not technical, and you'll see I don't edit any videos and things like that. And partly that's because I can't, and partly it's because I quite like the idea of just chatting. Like, I don't script any of my videos. I generally don't plan them. I kind of sit down and just put my phone on. And I love all these beautiful professional videos that people, like real bloggers, make, and they edit it and they have music and they have clips coming in, and wow, they're great. But I just don't, the scripting thing, like a couple of times I have refilmed videos because I'm disgusted with my double chin or my weird gestures that I didn't know I did, like this thing that I was just doing there and loads of double chin stuff, and it just doesn't feel like me. I don't like it. So I just like to basically chat. It's like you're all my imaginary friends, I think. And so yeah, I just chat like I would to a chum. And that's really me at the moment. Maybe I'll change and maybe I'll be super good at editing in the future. This video is one that I've kind of been dreading, but thinking I should do it. And I did think this is the one that I should script and try and edit and do all these fancy things. And then I just thought, no, I just want to tell you Alyssa's story. So this is basically, I'm hoping to tell you what happened and answer the questions that people think they can't ask or shouldn't ask or are scared to ask. Because generally people are quite interested and inquisitive about it. Some people, especially people who don't know me, don't know, is it okay? Like, what happened? So yeah, so I'm going to tell you the story. And yeah, I hope I don't get too emotional. I'm very used to telling the story, but I tell it in a very matter-of-fact way, and I can roll it off. But I'd like to actually maybe go into it a bit more deeply than I do day to day when I'm out and about, and I have to give the basic details or facts. So here we go. Basically, Boris and I got married to get pregnant. We were desperate to be parents. We'd been together for ages. We were just best friends. We had a great time. So we had this huge party. We had a fantastic time. And I was thinking, oh, pregnancy, it can take a while. It didn't. It happened straight away. And we got married. Then I had a week of wedded bliss at home alone while Boris was away in the lorry. And then we went on a fortnight honeymoon. And by the time we came back from honeymoon, I was showing symptoms. I was starting to feel like I get really nauseous really early on. And I'd been craving food on holiday that I wouldn't eat. Like I didn't at the time. I didn't eat fish, and I couldn't get enough of John Dory. There was this loads of John Dory. I just couldn't get enough. So yeah, just stuff like that, and I couldn't get my heat up. I was freezing, and we just thought I had picked up a bug, or because we'd both been ill on honeymoon, and so yeah, thought it was a bug. Anyway, wasn't a bug. Was pregnant. Happened immediately. So, wow, what have we done? Oh, we were so excited. We had our room all ready, and yeah, although I will admit I don't like being pregnant. I find it restrictive, and people tell you lots of things like, oh, you can't do that and you can't do that. I hate being told I can't do something. So it's definitely worth it. And there are parts that I remember fondly, but I just did it for the baby, you know, obviously. Everyone does that. But I had no hiccups, no issues. I was probably at the fittest and healthiest I'd ever been in my life. Something you may not know about me is I'm a total researcher, rule follower, and I mean, I ate healthily. Not just healthily, but I looked into which parts of the baby were developing at which time, and would eat accordingly. So yeah, things I didn't like. I didn't eat fish. I did eat fish when she needed things that were high in omega-3, or I remember drinking nettle smoothies, which were disgusting, but whatever, the iron in it or something was recommended for, I can't remember, but yeah, talk about like by the book. But yeah, that's just me. So in retrospect, looking back, I'm actually pretty glad I was like that, because I know a lot of mums blame themselves when they have a child who's born with a disability, and they think, if I'd done something differently, or if I hadn't done that, or maybe I shouldn't have done this. I skipped that guilt phase, because I knew there was nothing more I could have done to look after my body and my baby. I prepped my body before the wedding. I was taking folic acid for months. Everything was for the baby. So, perfect pregnancy, really, no problems whatsoever. And then her due date, this is me on her due date. It's a really blurry photo. I'm actually probably quite pleased with that fact. I can't believe I'm going to show you this. So yeah, this is my fancy editing. You know how pictures fly in? Ooh. So that's me, the day, her due date. That was her in my tummy and me in her room. This is a cool one as well. I'll show you my fancy editing. This is the same day, Boris and I, and you'll notice you can see my feet, but you can't see his. Belly off. So yeah, that was quite cool. Yeah, all good, all excited. Due date came, almost went, but just as it went, 20 past midnight, I had what I thought was perhaps a Braxton Hicks. I was like, oof, don't like that. What was that? Then after about 20 minutes, had another one, and I was like, that's a contraction. I won't wake Boris, because he was home that night. I'll have a bath, because they all say, have a bath, it'll soothe your pain. So I ran the bath, and then 10 minutes later, as I was stepping into the bath, I had a really big one. I was like, I don't like that. Boris! After about maybe 5 screams of his name, he came wandering through. Whoa. I'm 9 months pregnant. It's the middle of the night. I'm in the bath, and our baby's due date was yesterday. What do you think? What do you think I'm shouting for? What do you want me to do? He's so rubbish. I was like, get me out of this bath, it's not helping. So I'd barely even been in it. And I was just like, oh no. And then within 6 minutes, another contraction. And I was like, they're getting fast. Get your phone. Come on, let's do this properly, right? Start timing. 3 minutes. 2 minutes. 2 minutes. 2 minutes. 2 minutes. Every 2 minutes. And after about 10 minutes, I was like, Boris, we're meant to go into hospital when it's every 2 minutes. Like, this has only just started. I was like, this baby's just gonna fly out. So we phoned the hospital and they said, you better come in. Went in, and as I was kind of checking in, do you check in? Registering? I don't know. Anyway, we're checking in. I was having them, and she was like, is that another one? you've not got time for this. Go through. So through I went. And all of a sudden, after expecting a really long labour, I'm thinking, I'm going to be home with my baby before breakfast. This is brilliant. Like, I can't wait to surprise everyone. Like, we'll just, imagine if we just nip home and then ask my mum and dad down for breakfast or something. We've got a baby. That was what I was thinking. Boris was the same. So then they were like, yeah, we'll check you for your dilation. And I'm like, come on, 8. Must be. This has been agony. Yeah, 8. It's an 8. 2. I was like, what? Oh, I was devastated. Oh, we'll be back in 2 hours. I'm thinking I'd have had her in 2 hours. Oh, I was gutted. Anyway, basically, what I thought was going to be quick was 18 hours of contractions every 2 minutes. It was rubbish. Yeah, labour's crap. And for the baby. No drugs, no pain relief, nothing. I'm just going to head down, do it. So that's really what we did. Poor Boris forgot to pack his picnic bag. So he was starving and I was all super healthy. So my snacks were granola bars and stuff, which he was just disgusted at. I'm not having that granola bar. So he went hungry. And so, yeah, he didn't get any food. I think he maybe got a cup of tea. I wouldn't let him go to the vending machine. I wouldn't let him go to the toilet, nothing. He had to, when I went to the toilet, he had to come with me and I was like, you've got 2 minutes to go to the toilet now. That's it, we're going back. Oh, I did have pain relief. I had gas and air. So yeah, I was like, get me back to that thing. So, yeah, and I, for most of it, lay face forward because she was back to back. I lay face forward over a birthing ball on my hands and knees, and just when I'm in pain, I can't really talk or anything. I just head down, and so basically, like, and Boris, I didn't even let him touch me or hold my hand, but he was not to move. So, then she came.